everybody. Jason Kelce, you know that guy, brother to Travis Kelce, who's dating Taylor Swift. Okay, we're all in the same. Okay, he has a podcast, and he said on it recently that he pushes his daughters to try things in an effort to teach them to overcome fears, but it doesn't work, and they act like he's a bad dad because he's forcing them to do stuff that they don't want to do. So we're starting with this parenting topic. So do you think that parents should be pushing their kids, Lauren, to try to overcome fears?
I do, yes, right? Now, I can tell you, thank you very much. I said one thing in an applause break. I like this crowd, I like this show. For me, it's because as a child, I had a mother that perhaps was not pushing me to the tune of when I was about 7 or 8, we went to this water park together. We're at the top of this, very tall water slide. She does it. She then was like, this is too scary for her. Stop the ride and sent her down. And I had to do the walk of shame down this giant staircase with all these older, cool teens snickering and laughing like, oh, she's too scared. I wasn't too scared. Yeah. I was not. My mother was too scared. And listen, she's going to hate that I'm telling this story, but listen, her heart was in the right place. But all I'm saying is that for me, I think that perhaps the opposite would have been less shaming.
Here's the difference, and I love that story, but you wanted to do it, and so she was holding you back. To me, that's different than somebody pushing their kids to do something that they don't want to do. So I'm thinking also there's different types of pushing. Like, it's one thing to push your kid to do piano when they're being like, I don't want to do it, whatever. Of course, you can push them. But to me, it's another thing if it's like we're on a vacation and the kid doesn't want to zip line. Like, do you push your kid and then create a trauma? Like, an anxiety in the future? I wouldn't want to do that.
I think we should bring back fear. What's wrong with just a little bit, like a little bit of fear, like be afraid of boiling water, like dogs with foaming mouths.
Yes.
Cars.
Fear Factor Kids Edition. Right?
Trademark that. TM.
Yeah, that's
TM.
That's an idea.
Okay, the fear. Let's go with that a little bit, right? Because I think what's interesting to me is he's a football player and he's got 3 daughters. So there's something going, I think there's a gendered thing because we didn't say in the story that mom, Kylie, she's like, I hate it when he does this because I got to clean up the mess after. So the daughters are probably like, oh my God, daddy's making us run through a yard full of barking dogs or what I don't know what he's trying, I don't know. I just made that up. But Kylie, the mom, who's got clearly a different parenting style, and I'm going to say is probably the lead caregiver in that family. So he comes in, he's retired, but he hasn't been the lead parent. So he comes in like a football player and says, girls, we're gonna go do this. You can understand that they have not been used to him around parenting and that style, but there is a generational shift. He does represent perhaps more of our parents, not your mom. He maybe represents more of our parents. We were pushed because we weren't scared of the thing. I was scared of my parents. If I didn't do the thing, I was scared of my parent. And I will say that fear was healthy in the sense that I did do things and then I really loved it after. So
I just don't even remember my parents pushing me.
Not always.
Like, I think my parents were just too busy to push me. Like, I had to be like, hey, how about some swimming lessons? You know what I mean? And in that case, they were like, sure. And even in that case, it wasn't like, let's sign you up for them. Let's go to the public pool. My dad wouldn't even pay the 50 cents to get in, but stood on the other side of the fence and taught, now jump. Yeah, you're good. Do you know what I mean? I mean, teaching.
You know what I just feel like I've seen a lot, and for some reason I imagine that this might be the case with Jason Kelce, is dads, more often than not, yelling at their kids and in kind of machismo thing. A lot of times at boys, I know he has daughters, being like, come on, just do it, man up, quit your crying. And that, to me, I hope is something that we at least shift. Like, there's one type of pushing that can be gentle and encouraging and confidence building, and another type that is shaming, and I think will lead to a
lot of therapy.
Exactly, thank you.
A lot of
push eat
therapy.
their vegetables. That's right. That's positive. Positive pushing. Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.